Hello, happy Friday! Today is our last day of read alouds for the week, and I had the pleasure of talking to a lot of you guys on the phone today. So if you were in my homeroom class, I gave you a call and I got a chance to hear your voice and to see how you're doing, and it just made my day. Thank you very much for the kids in my homeroom who have submitted a read aloud also. I loved hearing you guys read your books aloud to me. It was such a treat being able to hear a book read to me this time. Today, my book that I'm going to read to you guys is called Dog Breath, and I think a lot of you guys have read it in class before. It's a favorite of ours. So it's The Horrible Trouble with Halitosis, and it's by Dav Pilkey. There once was a dog named Hallie who lived with the Tosis family. Halitosis was a very good dog, but she had a big problem. Halitosis had horrible breath. Whenever Halitosis opened her mouth, horrible things happened. When the children took Halitosis for a walk, everyone else walked on the other side of the street. Even skunks avoided Halitosis. But the real trouble started one day when Grandma Tosis stopped by for a cup of tea. And Hallie jumped up to say hello. Mr. and Mrs. Tosis were not amused. Something has to be done about that smelly dog, they said. The next day, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis decided to find a new home for Hallie. It says, free dog to a good home. The children knew that the only way they could save their dog was to get rid of her bad breath. So they took Halitosis to the top of a mountain that had a breathtaking view. They hoped that the breathtaking view would take Hallie's breath away, but it didn't. Next, the children took Halitosis to a very exciting movie. They hoped that all the excitement would leave Hallie breathless. But it didn't. Finally, the children took Halitosis to a carnival. They hoped that Hallie would lose her breath on the speedy roller coaster. Don't think they like her breath very much. But that idea stunk too. The plans to change Hallie's bad breath had failed. Now, only a miracle could save Halitosis. Sadly, the three friends said goodnight, unaware that a miracle was just on the horizon. Later that night, when everyone was sound asleep, two sneaky burglars crept into the Tos's house. The two burglars were tiptoeing through the dark, quiet rooms when suddenly they came upon Hallie Tosis. "Yikes," whispered one burglar. "It's a big, mean, scary dog." "Aw, don't be silly," whispered the other burglar. "That's only a cute little fuzzy puppy." The two burglars giggled at the sight of such a friendly little dog. "That dog couldn't hurt a fly," whispered one burglar. "Come here, Poochie Poochie," whispered the other. So Tallyhosis came over and gave the burglars a nice big kiss. Slurp. The next morning, the Tosis family awoke to find two burglars passed out cold on their living room floor. It was a miracle. The Tosis family got a big reward for turning in the crooks. And soon, Hallie Tosis was the most famous crime-fighting dog in the country. In the end, Mr. and Mrs. Tosis changed their minds about finding a new home for Hallie. They decided to keep their wonderful watchdog after all. Because life without Hallie Tosis just wouldn't make any sense. I wonder if you guys spotted the two clues that the book gave us that the burglars were gonna come. So if you go back, when they were walking to the top of the mountain, you may have noticed on this tree right here, it says "Wanted for burglary." And those are the picture of the two guys who came into their house. And the second clue was when they went to sleep. And they said, the book said, a miracle was just on the horizon. Did you see it in the picture? In their window, you see two people who are coming. I wonder if how many of you guys found those two clues to figure out that the burglars were coming to their house. This one's a really silly book about a dog's breath, but I hope that you guys enjoyed reading it with me. My Friday challenge for you guys is to actually watch our Cougar News Network news. So Miss Garossi has filmed a morning news, or I guess afternoon news for us. And there is even a special guest named Cash. So I'm going to leave the link right below here so you guys can click on it and check it out today for our Cougar News Network, our CNN that we usually watch in the mornings. But I hope that you guys have a spectacular weekend. I hope you get outside. I hope you go play. I hope you ride your bike. I hope that you spend time with your mom and your dad away from schoolwork for the next 2 days. And just enjoy the perfect weather that we have outside. I love you guys. I miss you guys. And I will see you guys back here on Monday. Bye, guys.